Hello, this is Kate. I'm WoollyFae. Welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to begin a crescent shaped shawl. Now, my method may not be the only method, and it certainly is probably not the only right method, but it is the method I've chosen for you today because I feel like it's fairly simple to learn and catch on to. Now, what you see here is a crescent shaped shawl that I've made, and of course I can't show you the whole thing, but you can view it on my YouTube channel. You can view it in my Etsy and Ravelry store. You can view it on WoollyFae.wordpress.com. If you follow me there, of course, you can get an update to all of my links. And of course, you can view it on my Facebook business page as well. So there's quite a few places, you can look at this if you're interested. We're not going to be constructing this today. What we're going to do is just show you how to start one of your own. And if you're interested in this one, of course, you can go check it out. Now, what I'm going to be using today is a fingering weight yarn, which is what I've used to construct this one because I believe that shawls should be light and airy. But you can use any type of yarn that you want to use to learn this. We are, after all, just using a learning tool here, and so you don't necessarily have to learn on a fingering weight yarn. But we will be kind of following a similar pattern to get this started. So once you've gotten this part on there, of course, you can go wherever you want with it. I'm going to go ahead and take you down a little further, but and then we're going to stop. But at least you'll be able to start your own and do what you wish with it, and that'll give you an opportunity to make whatever your heart desires. So let's go ahead and get started with that. As I said, go ahead and use whatever weight yarn you have at your disposal with an appropriately sized hook, because this is, after all, just a learning tool. Again, I'm using Scapy's Whirlette. It is a cotton acrylic blend fingering weight yarn. This pattern would also look very good in a wool fingering weight. And I'm using a 2.75 clover hook, and the only reason that I mention the clover hook is because I find that a lot of anodized aluminum hooks snag, or they can be very difficult to work with when you're working with a finer weight yarn. This clover hook, and I'm not giving them a plug, I swear I'm not. I really want to help you here by telling you that if you're having trouble, these clover hooks do just glide right through. And when you're using a lighter weight, sometimes that is what you need. I'd have a whole set of them if I could afford to buy the set, but I did go out and purchase the smaller hook for this purpose because they are just wonderful. And sometimes you can actually get them on sale. So what you want to do to get started is to create the slip knot, and then you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to move back 4 stitches, 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in that 4th one, we're going to put a double crochet stitch. Now that's actually going to count as 2 double crochet stitches because the 3 chains before you worked that double crochet in there also count as a stitch. So we want 3 in each one of these all the way back, so we're going to put 1 more in there. So it's going to be 3 double crochet, counting the chains that we counted back from. In the next, we're going to put 3 double crochet into that one. And then in the final stitch, which may be a little loose, so you may want to kind of hold on to it there, you're going to put 3 double crochet. So you've done a total of 9 double crochet stitches, counting the 3 chains that you counted back from. going to turn your work around and you're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Then you're going to put a double crochet at the base of your chain into that stitch. So that first stitch at the base of your chain, which is the same right there, this first stitch, you're going to do 1 double crochet. So that'll count as 2 double crochets, counting your chain 2. Then you're going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. 1 double crochet into the next stitch. In the next stitch, put 2 double crochet. And then 1 more. And then you're going to put 1 double crochet into that 4th stitch. Now on the 5th stitch, you're going to put 3 double crochet. That 5th stitch falls right in the middle. And then in the next one, 1 double crochet. The next one, 2 double crochet. In the next one, 1 double crochet. Be sure you're not missing any. And in the next one, you're going to put 2 double crochet stitches. Okay. Now you're going to turn your work around and you're going to chain 2 again. And again, you're going to put another double crochet stitch. So it'll be 2 double crochet stitches into the first one, counting the chain 2. So back into that first stitch again, right below your chain, you're going to complete another double crochet stitch. So that's going to count as 2. And then you're going to do 1 double crochet stitch again. And then 2 double crochet stitches again. You're putting those 2 into the same stitch. And then 1 double crochet stitch into the next stitch. And then 2 double crochet into the next stitch. Now I should have had you mark this stitch here that has 3 in it. And if you do that, you'll just take your marker and you'll put it in. You have 3 in one stitch from the previous row. You would actually put that marker into that center, the second of the 3 stitches. Should have had you do that, and I didn't, because when you get to that first of the 3, you're only going to do a single crochet. So we have just put 2 double crochet into this. We've alternated 2 on the first one, and then 1 on the next, 2 on the next one, 1 on the next, 2 in the next one, and now we're going to put 1 in the next, and we're not going to put 2 in the next one. We're going to put 1, because that's going to be the first of the 3 double crochet stitches that you put in the center on the previous row. So when you get to that, you take this marker out and you're going to do 3 double crochet stitches into that center stitch again. So that's 2 and 3. Now we're we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, and then 1 in the next, and then we're going to do 2 double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, and then 1, and then 2 into the next stitch. Okay, and then 1 into the next stitch, and then on this final stitch you're going to put 2. Trying to make sure I get the right stitch there, because it was real easy sometimes on this edge to get it up on the top, and you don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and put that in. When you're first getting started, sometimes you can do that because they are so fine. Okay, so that's what that should look like all the way around. As you can see, it's got a really nice curve. So we're going to turn the work over, and this time we're going to do it a little different, so it won't need to be marked. If you've marked it, that's okay, but you're not going to need to this time. We're going to do this just a little different now. All right, so to get started, what I want you to do is chain 2, and then again in the same stitch, the first stitch, do another double crochet stitch, and then in the next stitch do a single crochet stitch, and this is where we're going to change it up. We have 3 stitches here, and now we're going to start to change how we do it. We're going to chain 1 and then go into the next stitch. We're not going to skip a stitch, okay? We're going to go into the next stitch and do a double crochet stitch. And then we're going to chain 1 and go into the next stitch and do a double crochet stitch. Chain 1, next stitch, do a double crochet stitch. Chain 1, into the next stitch, do a double crochet stitch. Chain 1, in the next stitch, double crochet stitch. So we're not skipping any stitches. Chain 1, double crochet stitch, not skipping any stitches. Okay, so I have 2 stitches remaining here, and I've chained 1 on the 3rd from the last, and I'm going to go into the 2nd to the last and do that double crochet stitch just like I've been doing. But I'm not going to chain 1 on the last one, so that's going to put 3 double crochet stitches in a row without a chain stitch between them. So there's 1. I'm putting 2 in the last one. So that's why we've got 3, is because we're putting 2 in the last one. So I've chained 1 all the way up to the 2nd to the last. I've chained 1, 3rd from the last, chained 1, and then I've put in that a double crochet stitch into the 2nd to the last, and then I didn't chain 1. I just put in 2 more on the end. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Okay. So when you turn your work again, you're going to chain 2. Okay, and again, you're going to put a double crochet stitch down below your chain. So that's 2 in the first stitch, and then you're going to put a double crochet stitch into the next one, just 1 though. Okay, and then you're actually going to begin again doing the same thing. Now notice we've got an extra stitch here. Don't worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and continue. We're going to do 1, 2, so we chain 2, we're going to go into the next stitch. Oh, and complete a double crochet. I didn't wrap. There we go. Now, like I said, my way is not the only way. If you wanted to continue to make it solid, you could do that. You just want to be sure that you get your increases so that it continues to grow. But this is the way that I'm showing you to do it because I think it's just a really nice looking pattern, lightweight and airy. Okay, so chain 2, and then you're going to go into the stitch over the next bar. So you're just going to skip over this chain space, okay, and do a double crochet stitch over the bar, chain 2, skip the next space and go into that double crochet over the bar. Whoop, I didn't wrap. Go ahead and put that in there. There we go. Okay, chain 2 and a double crochet stitch over the bar. Chain 2, and once again you're just skipping those spaces and going in over the bar, putting that double crochet stitch in over the bar. Okay, so if you've gotten it in, it should look a little something like that. Let me hold that up so maybe you can see the light through it. There we go. And we're going to do that one more time, chaining 3 in between, so turn your work. And then we'll mix it up after that, and I'll show you how to actually make it more solid after that. If you want 1, 2, and you're going to put a double crochet into that first stitch, so that'll be 2 in the first stitch, counting the chain, and then you're going to put a double crochet into the next one. Okay, and then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to put a double crochet in over the bar. Oh, let me pull that out because it did not. There we go. So let's do that again. Go. Chain 3. Since that yarn wanted to split, we're just going to make that real slow till we get past it. Chain 3. And we're working in over the bars right here. Chain 3. Okay, so if you've completed the row, you should have 3 double crochet on each end, and this should start to look a little bit ruffly, but don't worry because we are actually going to switch it up again, and it will be all remedied. So you've just done this whole lace thing here. Remember, the more it pulls on it, the more it's going to lay flat. You're not going to have to worry about that at all, but we're actually going to remedy in this step. So you're going to chain 2 again, and you're going to put a double crochet into the first stitch again, and then double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, and then you're not going to put anything into this stitch, this stitch here. You're going to skip over it. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to come directly into that space, and you're going to do a single crochet stitch. So if you look here, you should have a little space right there. Now it's probably just going to fold in to this other double crochet. That's fine, don't worry about that, but you will have made a space there. Okay, so then you're going to single crochet again. You're going to go into the next space right here, and you're going to put 3 double crochet stitches. You're going to chain 1, and in the next space you're going to do a single crochet stitch. And you're going to chain 1, and in the next space you're going to do 3 double crochet stitches. And you're going to chain 1, and you're going to put a single crochet stitch. So you've done the 3 double crochet, which folds into that. You've got a space between them. You've done a single crochet, 3 double crochet, single crochet, 3 double crochet, single crochet. And then you're going to chain 1 and do 3 double crochet stitches. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you get some use out of it. Please remember to like and subscribe and share, and we'll see you on the next one.